Do you want to be a part of history on the side of good? Do you want your homes and your neighborhoods to be saved? Well, then stand up, get involved, and make your voices heard now.
Early to mid-February, I would like to see all around the country people in collective groups saying, we're not going to move out without a good faith negotiation. Instead of one Bobby Holt and one Monique White and 4s and 5s and 10s, what if we gathered 40, 50, 100 homeowners throughout the state of Minnesota, got them all in one place, and they all said, we're not leaving. Until we get a good faith negotiation where keeping us in the home is the focus, we're not moving out of our house.
Minnesota Coalition for People's Bailout is sponsoring a bill for a 2-year moratorium on these awful foreclosures. The moratorium bill. We need to come out in record numbers and support this thing. There's going to be a protest on Tuesday, January the 24th, from 12 noon to 1. We all need to be there.
Between 2008 and May of 2011, there were 21,258 foreclosures in the Minneapolis area. However, when I think of 21,258 homes, disconnected families, destroyed neighborhoods, it brings me to one thought. What can we do? What can I do?
Roughly 1 in 10 students are homeless here at Green Central School. Thus far, the home mortgage crisis has cost the school system $150 million, which is enough to buy a lot of foreclosed homes.
I'm not the only one out here. There's like 20 million people in foreclosure across the United States. That's an epidemic. But this is nothing we did to ourselves. This is something we did as a nation. We let the banks out of pocket. The banks have no business being in the monopoly game. Okay? When the banks plays monopoly, they win. I call that cheating. Okay? I want my money back.
My mother's home, when she was tricked into one of these goofy option arm mortgages, that mortgage was so bad that it was banned in 2007. But my mother was yet another victim of predatory lending, and there are so many victims of this type of mortgage fraud, it isn't even funny.
These are abusive loans, and through corruptive practices of our banks, deliberately placed a design for failure. Failure of the American dream in our communities, failure in our economy to thrive. But the one thing they have not been able to do is stifle our spirit, our ability to stand up, our ability to reach out.
That Minnesota is reclaiming its national identity. Some people around the country, they are literally saying, what are you guys doing? What's the next plan? They've seen what we've done with Monique and with Bobby, and they're asking, what is the strategy going forward?
What does a school system look like when it exists to serve the needs of the most underprivileged students, rather than the needs of big business? And what does a home mortgage system look like when it exists solely to keep families in their houses, rather than earn profits for the big banks?
This thing is growing not only in the big cities, but in rural America, which is really exciting when people in Rochester, another call from Rochester, Minnesota, and Bemidji and Cass Lake, and what happens when those people turn out and start demanding the same rights that we're doing here?
So there was absolutely no way I was going to let the bank steal my home. Absolutely no way. I stood up and I asserted my right to win my home back. And we the people must stand up. And we the people must pass this idea of resistance as if our lives depended on it.